KX93.5, hello.
Hi, this is Henry Winkler for Tyler.
Hello, Henry Winkler. How are you, man?
I'm unbelievably good.
Thank you for calling in, especially so early in the morning.
It is my pleasure. I'm up. My dogs are up. I'm happy to be here.
So happy to be joined by a legendary actor and a supporting role in one of my favorite cult shows, Arrested Development. Henry Winkler's on the phone this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
It is a pleasure, and thank you for such a lovely introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. I have to tell you a very brief story about you before I ask you anything.
Okay.
I'm 24. I grew up watching Happy Days on like my TiVo, and I loved you. Like you were my hero. I had a picture of you.
And where did you grow up?
Tucson, Arizona.
Okay.
I had a picture of you in my room for whatever reason. I won it like at a silent auction, and my grandparents saw you at an airport once and told you that their grandson just absolutely loved you. I was like 10 years old, and you signed something for me, but I do have a signed Henry Winkler thing still in my childhood room. And I thought, I'd tell you that.
That's fantastic. Well, if we ever meet again, I will sign something else for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right. So anyway, we are a alternative rock station that you've called into this morning, and I was perusing.
So who do you play?
Well, that's why I'm going to talk to you. I was perusing your Twitter, and I saw that you are enjoying the new Vampire Weekend album, which we love as well.
I think they are incredible, and I think Ezra has created. I mean, it's just a champion album. When I listened to it yesterday, we took our dogs to a dog park on the beach in Long Beach, California, and it was just intense.
That's a good way to listen to it. We're right here on the beach in Laguna. We play the stuff that the big commercial radio stations don't play. I'm so thrilled that you're a fan of this music. Is it? How did you get into it?
My son Max is a director, and while he was still in the house, he would be writing, and while he was writing, he would be listening to all this music. Years ago, I met the Shins that way through his computer, and Patrick Park, and just so many artists. And the music I think is fantastic. Do you also play Bruno Mars?
No, we don't play any Bruno Mars.
No.
Do you like Bruno Mars?
He kills me. I really do.
See, I don't think that doesn't fit into your very hip bands that you named a few moments ago.
No, because I'm not hip. I'm just a lover of music, you know. But there is something about his intensity and his clarity of sound that kills me.
You and every 20-something-year-old girl, just so you know.
Yeah. I'm right out there. I swear to God, I'm right out there in my boa, jumping up and down.
You would love our radio station. I'm so glad that we got to talk about music. We're out of Laguna, KX93.5. You can also listen online. We play all the stuff you like. But besides all that, I do want to talk about Arrested Development. We are on the phone with Henry Winkler this morning. Of course, it just came back for season 4. You are the bumbling attorney, Barry Zuckerkorn. How thrilled were you that you got to come back with your character this comeback season?
I am thrilled because, first of all, I love those people. Everybody that you work with on that show is at the top of their game.
Yeah.
And we had so much fun the first time. The second time was more complicated because all of those actors have other projects going. So people would come in and out, and Mitch Hurwitz, who is the genius behind it, he would have 2 actors out of the 4 actors in the scene and then worked around them and put them in later. I don't know how he quite did it, but I love that show.
Wow. Now, were you surprised to see it return? Because obviously it did get canceled, and the fans called out an outcry for it to come back, and it finally did. Was that surprising to you, or did you expect it to happen?
No, because Mitch is a good acquaintance, and we have talked over the years. And one of the reasons he didn't make the movie originally, when they thought there was going to be like the film, was he did not know how to bring all those characters forward all the years they have been off television to bring them into the present all in the 2 hours in a movie.
Right.
So then all of a sudden Netflix presented itself, and he did each episode, he brought the character forward, and that was much more satisfying, much more doable for him.
Yeah, I suppose we should say, if you're listening this morning and not following, Henry Winkler's on the phone. He does play Barry Zuckerkorn in Arrested Development, which just came back for a 4th season, but only on Netflix. You can watch it for free as long as you have a Netflix streaming online. They released all 15 episodes or so a few weeks ago. To tell us about the Ron Howard connection in Arrested. I mean, were you both approached separately? Did you go in together? I mean,
Ron, it's Ron's company.
Okay, all right, that's right. He's a producer.
Ron was there from day one. Ron was there from day one and wanted to develop something similar to Arrested Development, and it was in the talks with Mitch in the very beginning.
Yeah, of course, Ron does narrate the show, and you two have remained friends, right, throughout the years?
He is like a relative. I love this man. I really do. As a matter of fact, I follow him on Twitter also.
one of the few that you retweet, or one of the many, I guess.
Yes.
Now, I do want to talk. I know you've mentioned this before, but I think it's so funny. There is a scene where there is a shark on a deck, and you hop over it as Barry Zuckerkorn, which is, of course, an homage, a very, very hard to catch homage to Fonzie jumping over a shark on a water ski.
That is exactly correct.
I just think that is so brilliant. Whose idea was that?
Well, Mitch approached me and said, "Would you mind if we did that?" And I said, "No." And there I was, jumping over the shark. I am the only actor in America who has jumped the shark twice.
That's probably true. That is
not bad.
When somebody asks you, to relive a Happy Days thing, or hey Henry, will you jump the shark again, or hey, remember when you used to do this? Does it bother you any? Has it been so long that do you mind?
No, Do you know why? Because people are so incredibly warm. I was with my son yesterday with Max, as I said, at the dog park.
Right.
And a young man, Trevor, approached me down in Long Beach, and he said, "Are you the guy on Happy Days?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I watch you with my dad, and can I take a picture with you?" And I thought, oh, my goodness, here we are 40 years later.
Right.
And this young man approached me in the same way that his age group approached me when it was on originally. It is just, to me, a great compliment.
Yeah, that's amazing that it's extended so many generations.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Barry Zuckerkorn quote? Because there are many.
I think the one that caught me by surprise was when I looked at a photograph being interviewed by the federales, and I said, "Excuse me, those are balls." I was looking at a landscape, and they thought that a secret hideout, a secret meeting place, I believe, of the Bluth family,
right,
was in the desert somewhere. And I said, "No, that's actually a scrotum." There was another one when I was in my office early on, and my assistant called me a girl, and I threw paper clips at him, yelling at him, "I am not a girl." And I thought that was amazing.
There's so many good, subtle, homophobic, yet clearly gay references that you make to Barry Zuckerkorn's character that I think are so well written.
He is completely outrageous.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never seen Arrested, it's probably the most quotable show of our generation right now. And season 4's it's done a little bit differently. It's episodic. Each episode follows a different character, but of course, there's so much excitement from the fans that it's been brought back, and all you need is a Netflix subscription. Is there a website or something we should know to keep up with all of your projects? Is there a henrywinkler.com?
Do you know what? I don't have anything like that. Okay. Being so learning challenged, I can't even find somebody else's website, let alone create one for myself.
Okay.
So I mention stuff on Twitter. Hopefully people figure out what I'm doing.
Well, we appreciate it so much. I will make sure to tweet this interview at you to thank you for coming on this morning. You can retweet it or whatever. But
See, there you go.
We really appreciate it. Of course, you can catch Henry as Barry Zuckerkorn in Arrested Development and all of his other mini projects. It's so great of you to come on, man. It's really, really great. Thank you.
You know what? What a wonderful conversation.
And I'll tweet you our station, too. You can check out the playlist and listen a little bit to see if you like it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. You're awesome. Have a wonderful morning.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This was a really wonderful chat. I really am glad I called in.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Have a great day, Henry.
The best to you, Ty.
All right. Bye.